The United Kingdom and its overseas territories constitute the world's fifth largest marine estate. We are custodians of incredible biodiversity, with more than 90% of the UK's unique species. And our precious ocean ecosystems span the Antarctic to the Caribbean, the South Atlantic to the Indian Ocean. But a new study shows these small communities and our seas are some of the most vulnerable to the impact of climate change.
Climate change may bring increased storm activity, sea temperature rise, rising sea levels, higher acid levels in the ocean, and changes in the flow of the Gulf Stream. These threats, along with plastic pollution, will put Bermuda's ecosystem under extreme pressure.
The Mediterranean is already suffering the impacts of climate change, with warmer and more acidic waters affecting our marine ecosystems. We're witnessing a rise in the spread of invasive species. A clear example of this is the invasive seaweed, Rugulopteryx okumari, which has overtaken our beaches, threatening the tourism industry and affecting marine biodiversity.
Our fishermen are having problems going to gather their catch because of the increase in the amount of rough weather that we're seeing. Also, there is some evidence of coral bleaching, and this have a significant effect on, of course, our marine life and the users of that industry.
In 2017, we were hit by Hurricane Irma. The devastation brought our way of life to a complete standstill. Stronger hurricanes, sea level rise, flooding, ocean acidification, and climate change impacts on our biodiversity are severely affecting our ecosystems and economy.
The Pitcairn Islands beaches, some of the most remote in the world, are becoming saturated with the world's debris, with tons of plastic and rubbish disrupting the habitats of the region's endemic species. With unparalleled urgency, territory governments are at the forefront of work on ocean management, nature-based solutions, adaptation, and resilience. This ambitious global network is essential to help deliver protection for 30% of the world's oceans, and vital in the fight against climate change. Several territories have taken ambitious steps to protect and manage their marine environments through the Blue Belt Initiative. Tristan da Cunha's recent Marine Protection Zone designation is the largest in the Atlantic Ocean.
We depend on our ocean and we want to keep it healthy for my generation and all generations that will follow us.
Also, as part of the Blue Belt Initiative, Ascension Island, St. Helena, Pitcairn, alongside the British Indian Ocean Territory, South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands, as well as the British Antarctic Territory, are protecting and managing over 4 million square kilometers of ocean.
We know the importance of the ocean. It provides our oxygen, it fuels our planet. The Blue Belt programme is designed to help the overseas territories protect their marine environment.
So by coming together and deciding to be part of the Blue Belt program and working with various government agencies and conservation groups, these overseas territory governments have made massive commitments for biodiversity, for sustainable fishing, and for future protection.
The government of South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands declared a very large marine protected area. Extensive no-take zones where all fishing activity is prohibited protect the most diverse and vulnerable marine habitats.
South Georgia is now a global rarity, an ecosystem in recovery. Scientists have now discovered that the Southern Ocean absorbs over twice as much carbon from the atmosphere as the Amazon rainforest. So, by protecting these waters, we are helping the entire planet.
In 2016, St. Helena designated a sustainable use marine protected area, which affords protection to over 440,000 square miles of ocean. It also sets out the marine environment's monitoring so that it can track change occurring to habitats and biodiversity.
Through our network of marine and terrestrial protected areas, we are giving Ascension's ecosystems a fighting chance of adapting to climate change. These actions could be the difference between species extinction and preserving our precious biodiversity.
Anguilla has done a lot of work to tackle climate change head-on, but perhaps one of the most instrumental steps in that direction we have taken is the development of the Blue Anguilla Task Force. It shows that we focus on mitigation, adaptation, and building a climate-resilient economy.
Our fisheries are leaders in seabird and mammal bycatch mitigation, and we are working towards designating our first marine managed areas in order to protect our valuable biodiversity. We support scientific research and provide a critical gateway for the Antarctic and South Atlantic in order to better understand the environmental challenges we face and the resources needed to adapt to climate change.
We are doing our best to protect what we call these carbon sinks. We know that mangrove wetlands are some of the best in terms of natural areas at storing and sequestering carbon. Seagrass beds also. So the fact that we've protected more of our marine environment recently, that's been a big stride.
The increased intensity of storms experienced by our island nation severely erodes our coastlines and causes damage to marine and terrestrial habitats and physical infrastructure. To mitigate against this impact, we have made it mandatory to have setbacks of at least 100 feet in developed areas to allow for coastal vegetation to remain intact. We are strengthening our workforce and policies to better protect the coral reefs and mangroves that serve as frontline defenses to our islands during storms.
Bermuda's also launched the Bermuda Ocean Prosperity Program to protect our oceans while fostering the sustainable use of our ocean resources for present and future generations.
Working collectively and with the support of the UK, we are already leading on huge steps to protect the world's oceans and avoid climate breakdown. Together, we've come so far, but there's so much more to do. Our vision for healthy oceans unites us and inspires us. We must continue to work together with renewed urgency to protect the world's oceans, sustain our livelihoods, and propel ourselves into a greener, healthier age.